For Chapter 9, I decided to talk about the fear factor and why we fear what is wrong. Too often we tend to fear the wrong things and we are less fearful of the greater. There are many statistics surrounding why we do this, and there are many studies that have tried to figure out like different reasons why we could, some of which being like our relatives passing on these traits and the news dramatizing it. Like the year after 9/11, there were 1,500 American deaths in car accidents trying to avoid flying. And I decided to use this graphic over to the right that shows what our chances of dying at the hands of a foreign-born terrorist compared to other risks, and one of them is by a car accident. And this just shows we are so much more likely to die from other things that we probably would have never thought of. And it's mostly because the news, I would say, for this one, because it dramatizes it and we tend to fear what is most readily available to us in our memories. And you would think that, like, with even shark attacks, there are such low death rates around that, and still we think that it happens more often than it really does, because anytime there is one, it is on the news and you see it. You see an article, you see stories. Another thing is like snakes and heights, stuff like that. We tend to fear things like that, mostly because what they found is that they are things that our relatives had to endure, and they pass that on to their children, and through generations we learn to fear the things that our ancestors feared, because those were things that they needed to survive, and they need to avoid those things to survive. Um, we are also very worried about like being killed by a murderer more than cigarettes, and that's one that I haven't really understood, because personally I know the risks from dying from cigarettes, but I feel like a lot of people don't know that because it's not presented to them in the way that murders are. Like, there you always see a murder on the news and it makes the front page. Like, it's a really big deal, especially around where we live, because we don't really see that all that often. But with cigarettes, we do know that there are high death rates, but I think we kind of just turn our heads and kind of avoid it and just think that would never happen to me. I don't know why, but that's all I got. Thank you.